You're getting a live look at the U.S. Capitol this afternoon after lawmakers narrowly avoided a government shutdown over the weekend. They sent a bill to fund the government for another 45 days to the president's desk, just hours before the midnight deadline Saturday. But now House Speaker Kevin McCarthy's job could be in jeopardy for his bipartisan deal-making. Garrett Hake reports.
This morning, a government shutdown sidestepped for now. Congress passing an extension of federal funding for 45 days. President Biden signing the bipartisan bill late Saturday night, just before the midnight deadline. On Sunday, pushing lawmakers to seek a long-term deal quickly.
I strongly urge my Republican friends in Congress not to wait. Don't waste time as you did all summer. Pass a year-long budget agreement.
But even the short-term bill's path to passage was a rocky one, a bipartisan plan only emerging after Republicans failed on Friday to pass a party line bill. Speaker McCarthy on Saturday shifting course and courting Democratic votes.
There has to be an adult in the room. I am going to govern with what is best for this country.
Florida Republican Matt Gaetz now planning to force a vote to remove McCarthy this week for what he says is a long list of broken promises.
I think we need to rip off the Band-Aid. The one thing everybody has in common is that nobody trusts Kevin McCarthy.
The speaker firing back.
Yes, I'll survive. He's more interested in securing TV interviews than doing something.
1,000 miles from that Capitol chaos, Fort Lauderdale TSA officer John Hubert, one of hundreds of thousands of federal employees who would have been forced to work without pay if the government shut down, offering this message to lawmakers.
The stress of this is ridiculous. We shouldn't be held as a bargaining chip for the United States to come up with a budget.
News 4 Tucson spoke to two Arizona congressmen who tell us this bill isn't perfect, but it was necessary.
We did this because since day one, I said that I was not going to be supporting a shutdown. And at this point, this was the only option.
We've got 45 days, and that's good. We don't suffer economically, and families don't suffer.
Arizona Representative Ruben Gallego voted to pass the 45-day CR. In a statement, he said in part, quote, "Today I joined a bipartisan group of my colleagues to avert a government shutdown, but let's be clear, we should never have had to wait to the 11th hour to make this happen." And Arizona Senator Mark Kelly released a statement after the Senate voted, saying in part, quote, "It's past time for folks to get to work on a bipartisan solution that fully funds the government, protects our national security, and provides relief for the border." And Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema said in a statement, part, quote, "Now it's time for Congress to do its job, put partisanship aside, and pass a common sense, responsible budget to help everyday Arizonans build better lives for themselves and their families."